Are you looking for some North American SNES games to play that you maybe never heard of or never really played before? Well, hopefully this video can help point you in the right direction for some new game discoveries. But please note, there are a ton of games that I still haven't played yet, so the ones on this list are just games that I've already played in the past. Anyways, here we go. This is Bits and Glory presents The Bear's Top 5 Most Underrated SNES Games. Number 5. Goof Troop. Goof Troop is a great game. I mean, pretty much whenever you have Disney and Capcom collaborating, you could expect some quality product. Goof Troop is a bit different. It's a quirky little puzzle game, and this definitely steers away from the normal path of the side-scrolling platformers in Disney games past. Overall, this game is a charming experience and definitely worth your while. Goof Troop definitely shines though in the two-player mode, where solving puzzles takes on a whole new direction of great co-op action. Number 4. Robo Trek. I wanted to include an RPG on this list, so well, here it is. This is yet another gem by Enix. They really pumped out the great games back in the day. Robo Trek is a fun and humorous RPG that was generally made to appeal to a younger audience. It's definitely not the most mature RPG around. However, it has a lasting appeal and uniqueness that helps set it apart from the rest. Basically, in this game, you're allowed to raise up to 3 robots. These robots can be built from random parts that you gain through battles, find throughout the game, or you can put them together yourself by using the item combination system. There's a little bit of a Pokemon feel to this game, and when you play it, you'll know what I mean. Another great thing about Robo Trek is that it's not super expensive. You can get it for a reasonable price. Well, I mean reasonable as far as RPG prices go. Check this one out if you're in need of some new RPG action. Number 3. Knights of the Round. Oh hey, it's another Capcom game, and oh hey, it's great again! Knights of the Round is a very solid beat-em-up and/or hack-and-slash. I'm not sure what you crazy kids call them these days. In this game, Arthur, the main character, pulls out the famous Excalibur sword from its rock, and now Arthur realizes he was meant to, well, kick ass. And that's exactly what you do. You beat the ever-living snot out of all your enemies in the true beat-em-up fashion. There's some variety in this game in the sense that you can ride on horseback here and there, you are able to block enemies' attacks, and after the levels are completed, you gain points which lead to some pretty cool weapon and armor upgrades. Of course, you have your traditional beat-em-up staples, such as varying characters, endless enemies, bosses at the end of the level, etc. Knights of the Round is a pricey game to track down, but believe me, it's worth it if you can get your hands on it. Number 2. The Addams Family. I may or may not catch a lot of flack for this, but I absolutely love this game. Honestly, I love all the Addams Family games. Ocean really knocked them out of the park as far as I'm concerned. You play this one as Gomez, and it's a pretty traditional side-scrolling platformer, but there's just something about it that's so appealing. The music is intoxicating, the controls are a bit slippery but overall not bad, the graphics are cool, and the stages vary from interesting areas such as graveyards, greenhouses, portrait galleries, and so on. The best part about those is that you can play the stages in whatever order that you'd like. Another cool thing about the Addams Family is there are a buttload of secrets to find, and chances are you'll probably miss some on your first playthrough, so this gives it a little bit of replay value. The difficulty could be somewhat cheap at times, but you have plenty of opportunities for extra lives, so you really shouldn't have too much of a problem beating this game. And hey, another great part about it is it's really affordable too, so just saying. And finally, number 1. ActRaiser. This is probably one of my top 3 favorite SNES games. I actually did a review for ActRaiser way back in the day under the NES Dungeon alias. I actually did upload it on my channel here so you could check it out. I'll put it right here in this little annotation. Anyway, this is yet another Enix game. I tell you, Enix and Capcom were amazing during this time period. Now some of you might say that ActRaiser is pretty well known, and I agree to a certain extent, but it's my list, so whatever. ActRaiser is beautiful graphically, the soundtrack is stupendous, the controls are tight, and the varying game modes are top-notch. This is truly a gem in the SNES library. Basically in this game you play as God, and it's your duty to help protect and save the world from the devil, but in the American version the names are changed, but that's pretty much what's going on here. There are 2 gameplay styles, and this is what makes the game unique. One is a side-scrolling, platforming action game, and the other is a simplified city-building game. Think of SimCity for younger kids or beginners. The side-scrolling action is about as good as it gets, and the city-building section offers breaks in the gameplay which help the flow of the game, and honestly, they do it right. It's not too in-depth, while at the same time you have to have a level of skill and knowledge to complete it. Do yourself a favor and try out ActRaiser as soon as possible if you already have it. It's a timeless classic, and I keep hoping and praying that someday we'll get a remake. Please let us get a remake. I guess I'll just keep dreaming. So, There you go. Here's my list of the top 5 non-mainstream SNES games. I hope that you guys could find some new favorites from this list, and if you